Hi everyone. In the last video, we have talked about how to track user behavior events inside Google Analytics 4 using Google Tag Manager. In this video, I'll show you how to create two reports to view that data in GA4. And if you haven't watched the previous video, I'll leave the link to that video in the description. In the last video, we have created these four custom dimensions and assigned them to a specific tag or an event. So the first method to reporting these custom dimensions and event within the exploration section. So head to the explore section from over here, create a blank report, add in the dimension that we'd like to use. So let's add the custom dimensions that we have configured. So under the custom section, expanded, and you'll find them over here. Add them, hit confirm. Then we'll need also to add some matrices. You can add whatever matrices that you'd like, but for this case, let's add event count and sessions. Also, let's add the event name to the dimensions section, and let's do double click on the event name and event count. By double clicking on the dimension or the metric, you're simply including it within the report, as you'll need to do this with any dimension or metric you want to see within the report. And as you can see, we have many events, and each one of them have the event count over here. We're only interested to the behavior events, as this is the event name we have set in our tag in the last video. So let's right click on the behavior and select include only selection. What this option does is that it creates a filter over here. So as you can see, event name exactly matches behavior. And now let's add additional dimensions to this report. So let's add event category, event action, event label. And as you can see, we have some not set values, and this because date range is before we have configured the custom dimension. So this is typically expected, but we're interested in this event as this is what we have generated last time. So under event category, you can see that the static value is being passed, which is homepage. Also, the event action is click waxy, and this is what we have used. And you can see that the page URL that the user was redirected to is visible on the third option. You can also add event type, and you can see that the event type is behavior as we have set it. That was the first method, which is using the exploration section. You can, of course, change this to anything that you'd like if it makes sense. But for behavior event tracking, I recommend using the table format. Now, let's say that you'd like to include this report or create a report for the behavior events tracking and pin it to your GA4 reporting section. And it makes sense to add this under the engagement panel over here. So you'll need to click on this library option. If you're not seeing that option, this means that you don't have enough access to edit the library or create reports and pin it to your reports. In this case, you'll mainly need to contact the admin user within your property, as they will help you get that access. Create new report from this button and select the detailed option. Select events. Within the dimension section, we'll need to add some dimensions, and mainly the custom dimension that we have created. So add an event action and category, event label. And you can also remove the event name. For my case, I don't use it since I have all the details within these three custom dimensions. Hit matrices. And within this section, you can add the matrices that make sense to your reporting. But for me, I'll just stick with these. I'll remove the total revenue, and then I'll add sessions, for example. Let's apply. And as you can see, changes that I have made over here did not actually work. And the reason is did not hit the apply option over here after I have selected them. So let's add them again and hit apply. And now we can see that we have the event action over here set as primary. And if you want to change that, you can click on these three dots and set as default for any other dimensions. But for my case, I'll just leave it as is. And you can see that one of the event action is here, click waxy, which makes sense that this is the only event that we have configured. And we can see the event count, total users, event count per active user, and sessions. If you'd like to use other custom dimensions within the same report, you can do one of two things. So one, within the toggle over here, you can change this to event label, for example, and the report will change and will report based on the dimension that you have configured. Additionally, you can also click on this plus icon over here and add the custom dimension that you want to use with the current one that you have. So for example, let's add event action. So what we have here is event action, and then we have the event label in the same time. Lastly, if we want to see behavior events only within this report and exclude any other data, so for example, we have here some not set data. So what we can do is set up a filter. And if you remember in the last video, we have also added another parameter, which is event type. So let's search for it over here and then select exactly matches and select behavior. So hit apply. And as you can see, we can see one result only for this event, which makes total sense. And we no longer see the not set values. And now the last part is saving the report. So hit save over here and then give your report the name, then hit save. This report is now being saved in the library section, but it's not yet used within your default report. So to add this inside your GA4 reports, hit back, and then within the lifecycle category, hit edit, and search for the report name that you have chosen for that report. For me, I have named it behavior event tracking. So you can drag this one and drop it over here under the engagement section before the events report and hit save. Make sure to save changes to current collection, as if you selected save as a new collection, this section would be duplicated, as this is what this option does. So let's select this one. Now let's go back and verify that the report is added to our reporting. So under lifecycle engagement, we can see that the behavior event tracking report has been created, and we can see all the data. And that's it. I hope it was helpful. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel, like and share the video, as this motivates me to create more content. This was Ahmed, and yeah, see you on the next one.